we all need to refuel. And I was like, yep, we do. We need to refuel. Right, Cherie?
Absolutely. I'm just so excited that you are a woman who has gone through a lot. You are a leader in your community. A lot of women look up to you. And I know that a lot of people even ask you, what do you do to stay fueled up? I know that there was a time in my life when I didn't realize that I needed to refuel.
Yeah.
I was running on empty and didn't even realize it until you started talking about some different points. And I was like, okay, that's me. You were like, are you quick to, anger? Are you, not happy all the time and you don't know why? And I'm going, that's me. That's me.
You get agitated easily. Do you have aches and pains that are unexplainable? Yeah.
And so I didn't even
we don't know why.
Exactly. I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was normal because that's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
I've been doing for years on end.
Yeah.
And didn't realize that there was another way of life outside of that, because I don't think that I ever really even thought about what life looked like if I wasn't stressed or running.
Really good point.
And doing everything that I possibly could and not giving myself, that self-care that I needed. So.
Yeah. And women think like, oh, the self-care means I'm going to go get my hair done once every 6 weeks and I'm going to go get my nails done. But while they're getting their nails done, they're also like doing 50 other things. Or I'm going to do the things within our normal societal conversations we may or may not allow ourselves to do. And then we're wondering why we're still feeling burnout, stressed out, tapped out. We're not feeling passion anymore in our relationship. We're feeling guilty as parents. We're feeling unexplainable aches and pains. We're agitated and we should be happy and we don't know why we're not really, we put on a happy face, but in our quiet moments, we're kind of annoyed.
Yeah. And, thinking about societal pressures, right? Because someone else looking in on your life might go, oh my God, you have everything that they don't have. Yeah. So why are you even, remotely saying that I'm tired or I'm stressed out or I'm just not happy? Because they're like, I would be so happy with what you have in your life. Yeah. But what they fail to realize is that it's not the things that we have in our life that we're ungrateful for, because we're very grateful. It's the fact that we're going through these motions and don't really understand them. And you can't explain it because a lot of people won't admit to it.
Yeah, that's true. They won't admit, or their whole circle is feeling the same way. So it's just what it is, supposedly. I love that you're talking about that. And, when I had my adrenal crash in 2015, and I had to work really closely with homeopaths and doctors for 3 years because I was slated an 89-year-old woman's energy from misprescribed prednisone. From a simple cough, literally wiped my energy, literally paralyzed for a short amount of time, and then just trudging through the day. Then I became keenly aware, like, oh my gosh, if you don't have your energy, if you don't have your body, you don't have anything, because you can only go as far as your imagination when your body can't take you there. So start going down this rabbit hole. And do you know, Cherie, that 93% of women that are achievement mindset women, so women that are not just taking care of the home, but they care about how the home is taken care of, not just doing job, but they care about moving. Though the achievement minded women, 93% are in adrenal fatigue. And when we're in adrenal fatigue, we have a whole trickle down effect of what happens in our body. It affects our thyroid, therefore it affects our metabolism, therefore it affects the energy that we walk around and we're pushing, but we're not flowing. It affects the way that we feel about our system. It affects how much, clarity we have in thought, the patience that we show up with or not, our sex drive. It starts to affect our skin. it turns into autoimmune diseases. More women today have autoimmune disease and heart disease than any other time in history. And we're clueless as to why. And so, in SHE-ness, I take us to the root reason, and it's so under talked about. But today we're going to talk about 3 tangible ways to refuel. I'm going to give folks just one more moment to come on. I think that we want to talk about something juicy while they're coming on too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to say, when you were talking, it reminded me of when I had COVID. And I don't know how many people can relate if they ended up getting COVID, which was a horrible, horrible disease, virus that you can attract these days. But when I got it, and they always say that it would attack your lowest point in your body. Mm-hmm. And for me, because I was that person who was that go all the ways on the go, it attacked my energy.
Wow.
And I can relate when you say it is so difficult to live life without good energy. I was drained and slept, it felt like, for months. Wow. Because I just couldn't get it together. But a lot of the things that you're going to talk about are exercises and things that we can tap into that really helps us refuel our bodies so that we can get back to where we need to be. Mm-hmm. And what I love most is that you begin to learn to recognize when you are going on empty. Yes. And you automatically understand what to do to refuel. So important.
That is huge. I'm so glad you said that, because I was actually looking at an energy scale of emotions. And do you know that, of course, that guilt is the lowest vibration in the body, which I actually was blessed to have an intervention, a Holy Spirit intervention, where God came to me and said, I did not make my children to feel guilty. When you feel guilt, you block me out. I cannot do my work when you feel guilt. And growing up from a mom with a Catholic background, like I was raised on by accident, but guilt parenting. And so I always felt like guilt was honorable. Like if I felt guilty, then I was acknowledging my wrongdoing. And then I'm looking at, and I'm studying energy, and I'm studying vibration. And I find out that, oh my gosh, that guilt is the lowest vibration. No wonder God came to tell me that we can't begin to heal, gain our lessons, and grow in guilt. And then when you're talking about acknowledgement, that's called acceptance. In fact, as we have a conversation, I want to show you guys this energy scale, because it's so fascinating. Because when you simply go from guilt to acknowledgement to acceptance, which is what you talked about, Cherie, you take this like huge leap on the energetic emotional scale, which then allows for you to get to joy. Wow. So that recognition is huge. I'm going to pull that up while we talk.
Great. That would be good to see that, because I'm sure some people have never, ever even seen that or heard of, the levels that we go through. We feel them. We certainly feel them. But, to actually understand the information behind it and what it actually means are 2 different things, right?
Yeah.
The better we understand something, the more we can embody it. And once we embody it, we can change. So that's great.
This was a spontaneous decision to share this with y'all. So it's taken me a second to remember where I have it. Yeah. And so, another thing is, like, we can get so stressed out and strapped out that we don't even take the time to hit what it is that we keep spinning about, and our patterns that we keep living in. We might be achieving, we might be looking like we have this incredible life, but on the inside, there's places that we need to take to the next level, and we don't take a step back to rear forward. And so we have to almost get out of our environment to do that. Like anybody that's been in their own business, entrepreneurs, we know when we go to the environment of an event, quantum leap things happen, which is why I decided to do a juicy one at the end of this month.
Yeah.
just for a few days. Do you
I'm
remember
excited.
did you remember seeing about that? Do you want to tell them 1 second, start to unveil while I find this gosh darn thing I want to show you guys.
So juicy. I'm so excited to know that someone is literally taking things seriously enough to say enough is enough, ladies. We need to come together and recharge and refuel together and really begin to understand how important it is to work on us. A lot of time we just don't want to do that. I know I'm a mom of 6 sons. I have 4 in college, and I know that even when I think about buying something for myself, I always think about them first. It's just the way that we are, but I can't live like that and think that my life level can continue the way that it is, because I love being successful in my business. I enjoy being an entrepreneur and having my own business, and doing phenomenal things and impacting the world. But I can't do that if I don't have the support that I need as a woman to help me really get strong in the areas where I'm weak.
Yeah.
And so when I heard that you were going to be doing this amazing retreat, I just was like, wow, this is something that is so needed.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
and because we haven't gone away, like during COVID, I was like, all right, we can't just go and learn. We can't just go on vacation. Like, we really want to change our life. To do both at the same time over 2.5 days. Anybody can get away for a Friday night through a Sunday afternoon if they really wanted to, right? So we were going this incredible lush environment, making an opulent experience, because for some it's like their first time back out. So let's make it count, with a private chef that cooks to your dietary needs. I mean, Cherie, I've rented a villa. I mean, when the driver picks you up from the airport, you're swept away to this villa, gates open for you. We have the chef is going to prepare snacks upon arrival. And then there's an infinity pool even that overlooks the ocean. So you're in an escape while you're in this tiny container of hand-selected women. Just 12 women will be accepted. And these women are going to go on this journey to level up, to awaken the pieces within them that no longer serve them, and to release the parts that are holding them back. And you can't do that in a conversation, a podcast, and a book by yourself. You do that in a community, in a container that creates a safe environment. And I've been through now 900 hours of immersion training. And so we're going to use very unique modalities that will access not only the mental space, but the body space. And it's not going to be like a note-taking, I'll go home and study this and hope something's different. Like, we're going to create transformation amongst all the lush greens of Costa Rica in that 2.5 days, and you will get on the plane awakened and released.
That is beautiful. I mean, so phenomenal. And I don't know, I love to travel. I just feel that when ladies get together and we get to travel, something different happens. There's this transformation, this energy, magic happens when women come together, a like-minded women who are going, I am here because I need to be better when I leave. Yeah. I am here because I am so sick and tired of being at the bottom in my life. I need a change. I need something more. When you are going through stress, depression, anxiety, I mean, I can't even believe that there was a stint of almost 8 months that I went through of anxiety, of whelps all over my body. Yes, dealing with stress and not knowing the right places to go to get help.
Wow.
And women are not born, raised, or created to be individuals. We are created to be community. We need 100%. One another.
Yep.
And when you don't have that, you can put yourself in this head spin that is not a healthy space to be.
Yeah.
And what I realized by not being willing to raise my hand and ask for help was that I was becoming more and more miserable with
Wow.
the person I had become.
That's a
And
drawback and a benefit. It's a drawback ultimately of an achiever is we just think we have to handle things. And I love that you were talking about raising your hands because every achiever needs support.
absolutely. And that's why I'm glad that you're having this retreat, because it is going to be a place where people can go. And I always think about, what's the results? What are the results that I'm going to get? What's the outcome? How can my life look different? Right?
Yeah.
Because I know that in this state, you're not making any money. It's hard for you to enjoy the moment. You're not present in the moment because your mind is somewhere else. And to
You're going
just
from one
have,
task to the next responsibility to the next demands. Yeah.
absolutely, and to have a place where you can put all of that back into your body, center yourself so that you become a whole person again and become more present is priceless.
Priceless. I would love to show you. Can I show you the 2-minute video spontaneously also? So, because it's hard to describe. Okay. First I found the emotional thing. I'll show you guys this video really quick, and then we'll give you your 3 places to refuel. Okay. You have to see this though. Look at this. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So this is the scale of your energy, either open or blocking. So shame is the #1 lowest vibration. When you're in a low vibration, you cannot attract good things in that part of your life. You see, everybody has something in their life that's at a lower vibration than something else, right? Look at guilt. Guilt is just a little bit higher than shame. Now, Cherie was talking about acceptance. Look how high acceptance goes on that scale. Do you guys see it goes up to 350, go all the way up to 350. You go from 30 to 350 on that energy scale. Just by accepting that you're frustrated, just by accepting that you're being short-tempered, just by accepting that you're tired, just by accepting that you're not where you want to be, either in your relationship, in your health, or in your business or your work, just accepting. And then you're only 2 steps away from love and 3 steps away from joy.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Look at that. Just, this is so good to see, because some people are visual and they really need to understand where they live.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'll tell you, I lived in grief for a long time.
You lived in which one?
Grief.
Ooh,
yes.
That's a good one. Yes.
Yeah. I was grieving my mother's loss. I was grieving me. I don't know if anyone has ever done this. You went to a job and then you left and you didn't really want to leave, but you didn't properly grieve, or you started a business, it didn't work for you. I was in that grieving space because I was trying to figure out what was next. Yeah. And how you were
having a hard time. You were spinning because you didn't know you were so low on the energy scale, trying to change something. And what we as women do sometimes, we'll just go, oh no, it's all good, but let's get real. Like, how good is it? And let's look at each piece. The fundamental foundation of our life is 3 things: the body that we live in, the relationships that we keep or we leave, and the energy that we show up in our life with, as far as like our masculine and our feminine energy, which was a new concept to me just a few years ago. Now people are talking about it all the time, but there's a lot of misguidance in what masculine and feminine energy is, which is something we'll work on also in Costa Rica. So let me share you this video.
Oh, juicy. So good.
So good. Okay. So on SHE-ness.com, by the way, Costa Rica is by application only, because it's a container that's going to be held in a very specific and with a very specific environment intended, you cannot just register on your own. You have to apply and then have a brief interview with me to be accepted. And it's just 12 slots are available, and we have about only half left because we just started to advertise it, and people are going wild. So it says, what if you could go to Costa Rica this spring, swept up by a private driver, taken to a massive villa with a female chef, and advance yourself in a sacred circle of elevated women? There's a space to apply within. And now this is a 4-minute video. You can go and see more of my explanation of what you'll get. This is the price if you experience Costa Rica in the way I'm going to share with you. On your own, it would be $28,000.
Wow.
Yeah. But because we took you into this special environment and the group rate we're able to get, it's $2,660 with everything. It's $2,400. And then if you decide you want a private driver and concierge COVID test opt-in, that's where that comes from. All right. So
let's talk about that price.
Yeah.
$2,600 for an opportunity for me to refuel, for me to enhance my energy, dream again, put perspective back into my life, leave as this emerged new woman who I can be more present as a wife to my husband, to my colleagues, my sisters, my children. I mean, I've never heard of a price that inexpensive, and I don't have to cook.
And you don't have to cook, and you get to eat incredible food. And so you have a vacation combined. I know. I'm so happy that we could do a price such as this, like so happy. I wanted to make it something women could grab on if they wanted to. Okay, here's the little video escape really quick.
This was created for you. It has built so much, and yet the level of joy you want to experience for the fruits of your labor are just out of your grasp. This is created for you if you have been spinning a very long time, either in your personal or your professional life. You haven't quite gotten the answers. This is for my friends that are driving in masculine energy and are seeking to awaken more of this feminine energy you've been hearing about without sacrificing your achievements. Some of those body aches you've been dealing with that you think are normal or part of aging or part of the stress or who knows what, you're still searching with doctors maybe to find out. You may just
call this a dramatic.
this opulent environment that is exquisite.
All right, let me rewind it a little.
Chef is going to feed you to your dietary needs as you nourish your body.
Yeah, go back. We missed a lot. I want to see all that.
A lot of
That was good stuff.
I'm trying here. All right.
Wow.
That was a technical difficulty. It was too much goodness on the screen.
I know.
Is because you handle details. And so when you arrive, you can opt to have us have a driver bring you to the villa. This opulent environment that is exquisite backdrop with a chef that's going to feed you to your dietary needs as you nourish your body, your soul. We're going to use many modalities that usually have to go to a lot of different platforms to access. So we're going to go to the mind, the body, the soul, and the subconscious and conscious, and really allow it to speak to you. You're going to also become a body whisperer. You're going to be able to listen to your own best voice again, or maybe for the first time. And you're going to have a space that's sacred for your sexual reclamation. Some of you are dead in that space, and some of you just want to amp it up, because who doesn't? Are you ready? Because luxurious opulence awaits you as you untame in Costa Rica at a boutique-sized female-only event that is sure to awaken and release that which no longer serves you, so that you can level up to the next best version of yourself. If you're a woman that knows that abundance is your birthright, and you're ready to seek how you can access more of it without more sacrifice, this has been created just for you. And you're ready to speak. Let's create a circle, a tight circle community, like way back, where women were created to sit by a campfire and pass on their secrets. We're going to bring them to you, untamed, in Costa Rica. Perhaps I'll see you there.
Oh, I can't believe the end of the month.
I wish I was there right now.
Oh,
my
girl, you
goodness.
can be there in 4 weeks. You can be there in 4 weeks. Yes, yes.
Amazing.
I know. So in the meantime, I'm going to give you these 3 ways to refuel. And then I think that actually, Cherie, I think, you know how those kind of little brainstorms you were having, maybe we should gift it to these women spontaneously, you and me, invite them to have a little moment with us.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Oh, okay. So get your notepads out. This is going to be possibly a new discovery for you of how you can refuel in ways that you have not been introduced to. All right. So I have it broken down into 3 categories for you. First of all, we're going to help you refuel by addressing the physical body you live in. The second is the environment you're within. And the third is the energy you are living with. Okay. So the first one, let's talk about your physical body. When you're in a need for a refuel, you can do some simple things. First of all, it sounds really maybe like, really, that's all I have to do. If you take literally a 2-minute eye break, the eyes take in so much information and utilize so much energy because the brain behind the scenes is doing so much just to interpret sight. If you take a 2-minute eye break with breath, it's incredibly rejuvenating for your body. The second thing is, so you just literally just sit down, put your timer on, and everyone has 2 minutes. And I want you to do nasal breathing, because nasal breathing actually opens neural pathways to the brain that mouth breathing does not. Hit the diaphragm, which is where 70% of the oxygen lives. So you're reoxygenating your body intentionally, whereas most of us are shallow breathing or chest breathing. So you close your eyes, you breathe deeply, and hold your breath. So you'll breathe in essentially to a count of 5, hold it to a count of 20, and let it out by a straw or through the nasal passages for 10, emptying completely all that yucky carbon dioxide, and do it again. Now, while you're doing that, you might feel a tingling sensation. The meaning is everything. The meaning is I'm oxygenating. So don't get nervous. It's natural. And you're actually then going to access higher level of thinking once you open your eyes again. The other thing about when you're breathing, you could breathe in certain intentions, breathe in confidence, breathe out fear, breathe in love, breathe out frustration. Eye break. Physical body, you can do Qigonging. Qigonging is waking up the body. It's an old Chinese method. You're going to cup your fists just like this, not a full fist. You're kind of just curling your hands, and you can just pound the sides of your legs and the in and the out. And then when you get to your back, you round your hands and you're just literally hitting your back with these cupped hands. It feels so good. So you do up one leg, up the other leg, down one leg, down the other, do your arms under your armpits, hit the lymphatics, your shoulders, and then your lower back. And you'll be surprised at the circulation you're generating in your body by Qigong method. Another way for your physical body is to ground to the earth. Literally go out barefoot if it's not too cold where you are. Breathe the air, do the same breath work that I just mentioned with your feet on the ground. If you can't muster any of that, you can lay down, close your eyes, and they have found that sound really communicates to your cells. As a matter of fact, back in the Nazi era, believe it or not, why did I just draw a blank? The head of the Nazis. Oh my gosh, Hitler. Hitler had them actually pass a law to change the beats of the music by just a little bit. They dialed from, I believe it was like 420 to 480 or something. And by just changing that binaural beats in the music we listen to today, it is physiologically been proven that it is stimulating anxiety in your system. Isn't that interesting? So what binaural beats are you incidentally listening to in your regular music? Well, when you don't feel well or you feel tired, you can just go to YouTube and put in binaural beats for energy, binaural beats for chest congestion, binaural beats for anxiety, for whatever it is you're feeling. And you can lay, preferably with headphones on, so the vibration goes directly into your ear canal and tells your cells to physiologically change. Stretching is another phenomenal way. And remember, gratitude is so high on the energetic scale. I love to listen to a gratitude song while I stretch. It takes 5 minutes and it will completely refuel you. All right, that's some of the hot tips in physical body you live in. To refuel, you can also work with the environment you're within. Did you know clutter takes a lot of energy? If you clean something, you reorganize something, it will make a major difference. Just the other day, I had my pink Escalade cleaned on the interior. It had been some time because the winter months have been harsh. And every time I went, the car dealership or the car washes were closed. And so I was ready for it. It has given me this zing of joy every time I get in my car because of how clean it is. So take a piece that has been bugging you, something you're up against every day, maybe a bathroom cabinet, maybe a pantry, maybe your car, and give yourself the gift of taking a couple of hours, if that's what it's needed, or do little chunks and declutter something, okay? The next of your environment you're within is if you work with an effective list, a specific brain dump. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can look for Roya Mattis Brain Dump, and it will show you how to effectively dump each category of your life so it stops spinning and using energy and preventing you from refueling. Keeping a piece of paper by your bedside is another hack. Not your phone. When thoughts come in your head, put it on the paper in the dark so you don't reawaken your ocular system telling you that it's daytime. No, just write it down and you'll have a more peaceful night's sleep. All right, let's finish it off with the energy within you. Okay, this is the underspoken about and really misunderstood part in society today. What is masculine and what is feminine energy? Do you guys know, especially in the US, we talk a lot about working with our emotions and challenges through the masculine format. That's by going and talking to a therapist, going and journaling. All those are amazing practices, but that's all of the mind, okay? The feminine body is most refueled through the body. Your feminine energy is undertapped, especially if you are an achievement mindset woman. You have been, unfortunately, like I was, taught to put on a masculine mask. I got to get it done. I got to handle it. They're not going to handle it. I'm going to have to handle it. You got to keep yourself safe if somebody else is not keeping you feeling safe, so on a deep level. Well, now you are taking on, you become the taskmaster, and you are operating on one cylinder, and you're supposed to operate from both. So one of the most effective rejuvenating things you can do is to do feminine release movement. How do you do that? Well, I will go deeply into that aspect in Costa Rica, actually, because some things are hard to do through a screen. You've got to be with each other, but we will release emotions like sadness, grief, frustration, anger, and we always end in pleasure. So, or even sensuality, if that's how you choose. So how do you do it on a small scale? I'd like for you to take a song that makes you feel the emotion you're spinning with. If you're feeling primarily sad, get a sad song. If you're feeling primarily angry, get something of anger, and when you listen to it, move your body in however you instinctually want to move it, and imagine the dissipation. Like if you're angry at something, dispel the things, visually see yourself warding it off and pushing it out of your body. You're sad, let the emotions come, maybe put a hood on, cry it through, and pull it out like taffy. Yes, we are energetic beings in a physical body, and we can change our molecular structure. They've shown it now. They understand it. We're mostly water, and we can do that through sound and movement, but not just one alone. Feminine body needs the feminine release. I hope that's understandable enough, Cherie. I kind of did a quick brush stroke. We really have to dive deeper in that. That's my greatest gift to give to female achievers, is those kind of modalities.
I learned so much, and I think that these tips are invaluable. They are priceless. I mean, you guys really write these down and start to use them. I mean, I know when I just did the eye break, it, really released a lot of tension that I was feeling in my head, and I didn't realize it was there. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the biggest key, you guys, is that you don't even realize anymore that you're going through all these emotions and you're feeling this way because it's been so normal. But once you start doing these exercises and you begin to feel different, you're like, wow, that's how I'm supposed to feel? I didn't know that. So this is good stuff.
It's good stuff, and it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm so excited for everyone. This is so good. So we want to do something crazy. Go ahead. We'd love to, if you're live watching us, we want to go ahead and give you a link for you to join us, and let's have a conversation about what's really going on with you. And, hey, why not get a free on-the-spot coaching session about your situation and really realize how you can get the relief you need in 3.5 days. And you also, you guys, have the opportunity to stay a day late. And let me tell you, I learned a long time ago, when you travel, it is always best to leave the next day because you really need that time to just take a break and do nothing, to just have to be relaxed so that you're not feeling rushed.
Yes.
It is such a
all the information you just got and really review it if you want to.
Yeah, or just lay out in the sun, lay out at the beach, go to the affinity pool, just chill, just be. The chef is going to be there. You have the opportunity to stay the extra day. Do it. It's so worth it.
And I know that we picked a time that maybe a lot aren't going to be on live. So those who are on live is our gift and honor. I think Cherie's going to put it in the chat. Just press the link. You're going to come into the side with us and have a private huddle. And if you are not watching live and you're watching the playback, I will put a link in the comments with a calendar option, and you get to pick the free option on there that we can have a free mini session and see what we can, how we can, we're better together, how I can serve you. and maybe link you to somebody else that
Absolutely.
can.
You know, and let me just say, don't let fear ever stop you from achieving your goals. Because I was there before where fear stopped me from doing a lot of things in my life. And I've been able to break free and do a lot of things that I wanted to do this year. And I will share with that, if you guys know me, in May, I will share you the big news that I was able to actually do at a young age. And it actually happened 5 years sooner than I anticipated.
Wow.
You know, we all have these vision boards, and at 54, I'm going to do this, you know?
Yeah.
So it actually happened before I had always wanted to in my life, change my life and do something different. But I would not have been able to do it, you guys, if I didn't start to take my life journey serious and really begin to connect with people who could help me do that. And, you know, let me just say, is this going to be the last time that you're going to need to go to a retreat like this and refuel? Absolutely not. You're going to have to, you know, I think it was Zig Ziglar who said that motivation is like bathing. It's recommended daily. So you need to work on yourself. It has to be your priority in your life. And you have to be willing to take that step and do something different than you ordinarily would do. I always say it's like when you are diving into the deep end, you just close your eyes and you just do it. And when you get back up, you can't believe you actually did it. You didn't die. You emerged more confident. Life looked better because you were looking from bigger and better eye view of seeing the possibilities now in life. And that's exactly what this retreat can do for you, is give you the possibilities for you to see more possibilities in your life. So
Cherie, you have done so many amazing things. Before we put the link in, how do people find and follow you too? Let's collect each other.
Oh, cool. So I'm Cherie Griffith-Dunn. You can find me anywhere, the one and only. You can follow me on Instagram at Cherie Griffith-Dunn or on Facebook at Cherie Griffith-Dunn. Love to have you. I love supporting other women. I think it's so, so important. My goal and mission in life is always to support one another and not divide each other, because we need each other, you guys, as a community as a whole. Think about it. If every woman in this world came together and supported one another, we could change this world.
Huge. Yeah.
We could change everything that's going on in this world that we don't like.
Yeah.
Putin, this stuff that he's doing, we could have stopped that a long time ago. Women have power, and we have power in numbers. So why not?
Exactly right. That's one of the biggest challenges that we faced as feminine, is when we started to get separated, and we're supposed to be together. We're supposed to get together in circles, like around a campfire of the caveman days, and commune. I see that you put the link in the chat. So you guys go ahead and click that link, the Zoom one, and I just put the passcode. Cherie also gave you the code to schedule a free conversation if now is not good. But we're going to log off the live, and we'll be sitting in Zoom for a few minutes to give you an opportunity to jump in. And if you've got a friend that you want to invite to jump in for this kind of conversation, where we're here to serve you and where you're going, what's going on in your worlds, and you know, just women coming together. Let's help each other. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. For sure.
Thank you, Cherie, for this. And oh, one more thing I was going to do that was super fun. I'm going to give away a free coaching, a 20-minute private conversation. And typically my coaching fees are, first of all, I don't advertise it on my website. It's not available to everyone. And secondly, per hour, I'm significant in investment because I get high level results. And when we have just 5 people that I get to serve because it makes me so happy, I will give away a free one. I'm sorry, a double one for double the amount of time. And so I'm going to give until the end of this week for that, because I know people keep a busy schedule, and I'll just do a drawing and you'll get a phone call or an email that goes, hey, you got double the time. So I'm excited to do that. To serve.
That's great. Oh my gosh, you guys are so lucky to have that. It is, you know, such an honor to be around someone who really takes supporting women serious. You guys, you know, for me, it is top notch. It's what I live for. It's, you know, I'm always there to support women, support your causes, support your businesses. It's important that all communities come together and that we're all there to help one another.
Yes, all cultures, all backgrounds, all races, all of us.
Right. I always say, each one, reach one. So reach one so that you can begin to teach them what you know.
We'll see you on the other side. Cherie, this has been so fun. Thank you for having this conversation.
You're welcome.
Mm.
Bye.